I want you to feel the energy. This represents great history. You stand today on the shoulders of so many who have come before you. Part of the power of what you two bring to each other is you appreciate that deeply about each other. You appreciate it deeply about what history really means. The history we know about and the history we don't know about. Your coming together at a moment in history that makes it possible is not just because you're two fantastic people, which you are, but because so many others have lived lives of integrity and struggle and of joy and of happiness, and have tried to find a way to form relationships when it was very difficult. And now what you do by coming together in this fashion, both publicly and privately, is by creating a model for others, so that others will know that it's on your shoulders they get to stand. And young people, young queer people who could not have imagined it possible to live the life that Scout you are living, and to live the life, Liz, that you are living and have lived. To live the life of complexity and texture and with all of the messiness that it entails. Love is possible. Deep partnership is possible. And you want to telegraph that to the world. So we're around here today in a very small private ceremony in the vault of Coronation Beit Simchat Torah. This space is raw space that we're in right now. It will be renovated one day and it will be very pretty and beautiful. The space we're in right now will be the sanctuary of the new synagogue. But you people, the two of you, your ceremony today is what's making this space sacred. And forever, when CBSD has a celebration in its sanctuary, in that new beautiful sanctuary, what will have made it holy is your sanctifying it today with your profound love, your great commitment, your sense of humor and irreverence, your sense of history and your sense of commitment to the future. Your understanding that you're part of a shalshelet, a chain of tradition, a queer tradition, a Jewish tradition, tradition of human beings struggling to make the world a better place, one small step at a time. So we'll look around you today. Look at these four people who are holding up this kippah. People you know really well, people you're just meeting, people who are living all different kinds of lives of integrity and struggle and joy and hope. And as I said, if any one of the four of them were to step away from this pole, it falls down. We have to be there for each other. May everybody who enters this sacred space be blessed by you. We have a tradition that a couple that gets married can give blessings on their day of marriage. That we have a power when you make a choice to be together, that you have a power unlike any other day in your life. And the power of your blessing is significant. And I've been deeply moved getting to know the two of you and talking about these things, that what you're doing in this ceremony today is bringing a blessing to the whole world. Is showing the world what is possible despite the hate out there, despite the bigotry, despite the small-mindedness. Maybe not even despite, I would say you find the right kind of response to it, which is love and energy to make the world different and better. To not be bitter or hurt or brutalized by it. We all have been at different points in our life. And you're here to show people that it is possible. So what we're doing now is taking these rings that you've had in different ways and exchanging them. Luckily for you, I've got the rings. And like so much of what you're doing today, Victorian nurse's dress you're wearing, the great outfit you have on, you're deeply connected to history. But with this ceremony, as I said, you're moving on that history towards looking towards the future. So who wants to take the first one? Put it in the Scout's finger and repeat after me. By this ring, you are sanctified to me.
You are sanctified to me
as my beloved.
as my beloved.
According to the traditions
According to the traditions
of our ancient people.
of our ancient people.
Scout. Oops, I have that. And I'm the ring bearer.
Yeah, exactly.
by this ring,
by this ring,
you are sanctified
you are sanctified
to me
to me
as my beloved,
as my beloved,
in accordance
in accordance
with the traditions
with the traditions
of our people.
of our people.
And now I'd like to ask you two to read your vows to each other.
My promise. I promise that I know who you are, and despite all protestations to the contrary, I am here by choice because of who you are. I promise to overfunction in the skills of daily life in exchange for your bursts of brilliance and talent. And when I look out over a pond, all the ducks are indistinguishable to me, but I notice that they swim in pairs. In a sea of identical ducks, each one recognizes their particular mate. Be my duck, and in exchange I will be your compatriot and your lover, and I will nearly always say yes.
By the time I came out as a teenager, I'd long been taught that those like myself were broken. I listened, and at the time I didn't think life was worth living. I could not have been led more astray. I come here today with more joy in my heart than I ever could have envisioned. To have such riches in life, and none more valuable among them than finding you, that woman who loves me for exactly who I am. I scout through the life that courses through my veins and the love that resides in my heart to vow to take you, Lisbeth, and Margulies as my chosen one. I vow to always see you. I vow to help you laugh as much as possible. I vow to be open to your wisdom, and I vow to always put you first. I vow to take every day forth as an honored adventure and a sacred journey through which we together can always find joy.